We're live. Hi, guys. Waiting for some people to jump in. Welcome to Let's Go Live with Sharon Carpenter. What's up? We've got John, we've got Carl, my boy Carl, E for Or, and a bunch of others as well. Welcome, guys. This is Let's Go Live. How is everyone doing? And happy Juneteenth to you. Are you guys doing anything special to celebrate the occasion? I hope so, and I hope that next year this is going to be a proper federal holiday, right? We've got to push for that. Okay, we have a great guest who's going to be joining us in just a few seconds. She is a triple threat. She can dance her ass off. She's an amazing singer. She's an amazing actress. You know her as Tiana from Empire, and I miss Empire. Empire is no longer, sadly, but such a great show. Massive smash hit. Serayah is going to be here with us in just a couple of seconds. So let me see if she's in yet. Hi, Fee. I see you in here. Gia, Tink. What's up, guys? Okay, I don't see her in here yet, but Serayah, my love, send me a request. No, I didn't see that Twitter account. Thank you very much. Has Serayah seen that Twitter account? She's going to be sending a request shortly. Now, I actually met Serayah in Barbados a few years ago. I think it was about 5 or 6 years ago. A bunch of us went out there. Shout out to Trevor Pretty, by the way, if you are watching right now. He's the one who organized it. I met Serayah, her lovely mum, her best friend. And we had a really good time out there. Okay, let's see. All right, we're about to bring up the lovely Serayah. Any second now. Waiting for Serayah.
Hi,
No, here she is. Hi. How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. It's so good to see you. I was just saying to everyone the last time we saw each other, but then I remembered it's not actually the last time, but Barbados, that's when we first met.
Yes. That was an amazing trip.
It was so fun. It was super fun. Yeah. And then I interviewed you on the red carpet at the Amphar Gala. That was the last time I saw you.
Right. Yeah, I love Amphar and what they do too. They always have amazing events.
It's such a great night, isn't it?
Yeah,
Like once
yeah.
a year. It's really sort of the unofficial kickoff to Fashion Week. And as a fashionista, it was only right that you were there. You've been killing
They,
it. So my
yes.
first question for you is an important one. There's been a lot going on over the past few months. It's been tough times for everyone. So first off, how are you doing physically, mentally? How's the family? How's your mom? I met your mom in Barbados as well.
I'm good. We're all really good. Thank you so much for asking. How are you?
I'm doing well. I'm doing well. I'm in New York at the moment. It's a little hot and
Okay.
sweaty.
Is it?
So if you
Yeah, it's
see me
about that time.
shiny, extra shiny, you know what's going on. Where are you right now?
I'm in LA.
Got it.
Yeah, we
Got
we actually have some overcast today, but I think it warmed up. So we're in between, like kind of like chilly and then it gets really hot. So
Okay, yeah, that's how LA, isn't it? It is,
yeah,
isn't it? It's like drastic weather changes.
right.
Happy Juneteenth, by the way.
Yes, happy Juneteenth.
Let's talk a little bit about that. Are you doing
Okay.
anything to celebrate at all? Are you doing anything special?
Well, today I might link up with some friends today in a little while, because we're just all feeling that vibe. Like we need to just celebrate, and
Yeah,
there's already been so much going on, quarantine, and and then all of the police brutality and Black Lives Matter. So
yeah,
I think it's only right.
definitely. It is. You deserve it. And how significant is this moment right now for you personally? I mean, with the protests going on, global protests now
Right.
against racism, police brutality, as you said, and right in the midst of that, we have Juneteenth here. And probably for the first time being recognized the way it should be. Well, not still, we're not quite there. It needs to be a federal holiday. But how
Right.
significant is this moment for you? I know you're a big supporter of Black Lives Matter.
Absolutely. Well, it's very significant because, I mean, although I don't know exactly where a lot of the black side of my family and the lineage comes from, I know that I too, my ancestors are a part of the Juneteenth movement, and it's very significant. you know, for me and my family to recognize this. And also, this whole time has been just great for me to just learn things that I never knew. There's so much that we don't know, especially here in the US, being Black or African American. And I think this time for a lot of us, it's just been like educational time.
That actually brings me to my next question, because I saw on your Instagram you posted that 2020 equals clarity,
Yes.
right? Like,
yes.
What clarity have you gained so far this year? I mean, it's been an eye-opening year, hasn't it?
Absolutely. I think when quarantine first started, it was more clarity with just my own personal life and things like that, because quarantine forced all of us to just sit in the house and, you know, kind of reflect and do whatever, you know, that you did in that time. But right now, I think a lot of my extended clarity for this year is definitely going for just my community and learning as much as I can and really understanding how the system works and how it works against us and things like that I never even knew before. So seeing the root problem of a lot of the issues that are going on it's been really revealing and eye-opening.
Yeah, it's great having that dialogue, right?
Right, being able to talk with friends. Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay. Now, I don't know if you know, but every episode I put my guests to the 10 in 10 challenge, right?
Okay.
This is 10 revealing and random questions. I mean, you never know what it might be. To answer in 10 minutes, except you really have as long as you like. No one ever gets it in 10.
Okay.
Are you ready for your 10 in 10?
Okay, I am ready.
You're ready. Take a deep breath. All right, let's do it.
Okay.
Question number 1 is easy, I think. Okay, so question number 1, complete the sentence. I give the best blank.
I give the best massages.
Okay. All right. Jacob's happy about that one, I'm sure. We'll talk about Jacob in a minute if you guys don't know who Jacob is, but you probably do. Okay. All right. That's a good one. Question number 2. If you were faced with having yourself as your own roommate during quarantine, right? There's another you here. What would be some of the most annoying things you'd have to deal with? And what would be some of the most favorable things that you would deal with as your own roommate?
I think,
be honest.
Yeah. To be honest, annoying probably just constantly playing loud music if you weren't if you weren't in the mood for that, I guess. And waking
Who are you
up
playing?
and
what are you
waking
playing?
up early. I think I've been on everything. I've been like from jazz to like the Baby's new album. Like it's just a whole range of just music playing.
Gucci Mane. I know you're a big fan of Gucci Mane.
I am. Yes, Gucci Mane. And I guess the most favorable or best thing would be just conversations. I feel like I've been having a lot of conversations with my family and my friends, and we all have, you know, very big heated debates about certain subjects.
Like what?
Just everything from music to, you know, just conversing about what's going on now, especially. It's been a big thing. And quarantine and COVID, just everything. And I just think people we get louder when we drink our wine. So
I bet. Yeah, you're passionate. So you said another annoying habit. Not that that one's necessarily annoying, but you said waking up really early. What time do you wake up?
Well, it depends. Like today, I woke up at like 5:30.
Oh wow, you're an early riser. Why? What are you doing at that time?
Honestly, I don't know. Sometimes I wake up from either like, I guess 5:30 is the earliest, but usually like 6:30, 6 or 7:30 through 8 kind of ish. But I don't even know. I just get started. Like even Jacob will be like, look, he'll like wake up and be like, wait, you already showered? Like everything's already done.
What time does he get up?
I don't know. He'll wake up early sometimes, but he can sleep in. So he'll probably get up around 9 or 10.
Okay.
Yeah.
Jacob is Serayah's boyfriend, by the way, if you guys have figured that out or didn't know already, but we're going to talk a little more about him in a bit. Okay, so yeah, if you combine the getting up early with the loud music, that probably could be.
That's probably a lot.
So what's the best part about what you bring me.
Definitely I'm clean and organized. So, oops, sorry about that. Sorry about that. Yeah.
That's okay.
Yeah, definitely clean and organized.
Nice. So if someone leaves a mess, you'll be there sorting that out.
Well, yes, but I definitely. Sorry, someone keeps calling me. I want everyone to do their part as well, but
gotcha.
But I will. But it.
You'll put them in their place.
I'm definitely just. I don't know who it is.
Someone is trying to get hold of you.
I'm so sorry.
Someone.
I know. I am so sorry.
No worries. Goodness. No worries at all. It happens. All right. So that was a good answer. Question number 3. We miss Empire. What was your favorite season of Empire to film? This is sort of half the question. What was your favorite season to film and why? And the second half of that is, if you could have had anything written into Tiana's storyline before the show ended, what would it be? So let's do part 1 first, which is your favorite season, because you were in all seasons. And the interesting thing is that people might not know, you were only guaranteed initially 3 episodes, and you turned that into the entire, full scope of the show.
Yeah, it was really crazy that after the 3rd episode that I shot, we were like, okay, well, we'll see, and they called us back like, oh no, we're gonna need you to stay in Chicago longer. So I was like, okay. But my favorite season was definitely season 5, I think. Okay.
Why?
I just feel like our storylines were starting to evolve. I, for one, had Tiana finally had like her own storyline, which was really, really cool. And overall, I feel like, I met a lot of great people and gained some really good relationships, especially in that season. But what was the second half of your question?
The second part is, if you could have had anything written into the storyline for Tiana before the end of the show, what would it have been?
Oh, definitely actually, so one of my hopes was that Tiana would meet like a good guy and have a relationship, which she did in season 6, but then she messed it up.
She messed that one up, didn't she?
Right, by doing stuff with her ex. So,
yeah.
If anything, I would have loved to see Tiana's storyline play out, but COVID cut us a little bit short from our storylines. I would have loved to have the fans see a closure with Tiana's love triangles.
What would have happened? Because and who were fans really rooting for? Mario's character, I can't remember his name.
Devon.
Or Hakeem, Devon or Hakeem.
I think during 6th season, I feel like Devon and Tiana started to grow on people, but they definitely were for the Hakeem. They wanted Tiana and Hakeem to be together forever, even though it's a crazy relationship, and I don't understand it. But my fans love them.
Can you tell us what was supposed to happen?
I believe that Tiana was supposed to. I don't know because it wasn't, confirmed. I didn't even get the script yet. But I think that she was supposed to end up with Hakeem.
Oh, okay. A married man at that point, right?
Yeah, right. Exactly.
Ooh,
I was like, how is this going to work?
Yeah. So tell me, I guess when you guys did when the last time you filmed, you didn't realize that was the last episode because COVID got in the way afterwards, right?
Right.
Because I was going to ask you, what was the sentiment like on set during the last episode, but you didn't know it was the last episode.
No, we didn't know. We thought we had at least, I guess 2 episodes. It's almost like a month, so like a month left.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you chatted with the rest of the cast? Like once you realized that you weren't going to be able to go back?
I definitely, I talked to Terrence and Taraji. I definitely talked to some of my other castmates as well. And it started off to be this strange, like, we don't know what's going on. We might come back.
Yeah.
And then it just transferred into like, okay, that's it. We're not coming back. And, that's it. So we were just kind of left to do what we're doing now because of COVID. I couldn't really see anyone physically. And everyone just kind of was like, you know, well wishes and things like that.
Yeah. COVID has really gotten in the way of a lot of projects. That's for
Absolutely.
sure. Let's talk about Jacob a little bit. Question number 4. So you are dating Jacob Latimore, who, just like yourself, is an actor and a singer as well. So you guys have a lot in common. How did this come about? Who made the first move here? And when did you guys decide, okay, this is something we are going to put out there in the public? And you are the cutest couple, by the way. I watched the video that you guys had on YouTube. So cute.
Thank you. Actually, I met Jacob a few years ago, but we were just cordial. We have, you know, similar friend groups and things like that, especially in the business. There's a, you know, just a select number of our age group that are doing the thing. So
true, young Hollywood.
Yeah. So I definitely have just met him and been around him plenty of times. But it wasn't until probably last year he's shooting The Chi in Chicago, and I'm shooting Empire, obviously, in Chicago as well. And we ended up just like all of our friends that one summer ended up hanging out just a lot, and then we just kind of like, it just happened. I don't even know, but I think I made the first move. I think.
Did you really? What did you do? Can you tell us?
Well,
I think I was
just being friendlier.
You were being friendlier. It's empowering, isn't it, as a woman to make that first move?
Yeah, I definitely like had a boat situation and invited him, and I was, you know, just kind of like being inclusive, I guess, with our friends. But yeah, and then it just kind of like spiraled into this what we have now.
And when did you guys sort of have the conversation like, okay, let's make it public? Was there, or was it something a bit more organic, or did you decide, okay, this is going to be like the post or the event, or now's the time?
Yeah. I was definitely more skeptical about public anything. Because I don't know, I'm just that person. I guess I'm just a really private person, and I want to know like that this is something that's going to be for a while before, like, you know. So I think that came more from my side. I don't think he minded much. I was like, maybe we should just, you know, because that's going to be the first thing everyone asks us and things like that. Like, let's make sure that we know what's going on before, like, we're questioned about it.
Yeah. And you guys have been together for how long now? Like 3 years or 2 years, 3 years?
It feels like it, but no, just a year and a half.
It's only a year and a half. Really? Okay.
We were just saying that.
Yeah. Gotcha. Well, you are the cutest, and you do these videos together, by the way, that people should check out. That, you know, are really, really fun. All right. Question number 5. We're halfway on this. So you were famously part of Taylor Swift's Girl Squad a couple of years ago. If you could put together your own Girl Squad, what celebrities would be in your new Girl Squad?
Ooh, me, my friend Seven.
Yeah, Seven, the singer. We love her.
Absolutely. I would definitely put my other friend Caitlin. She's actually on the show. I would.
Oh, which show is she on?
She was on Empire.
Oh, she was on Empire.
She was Treasure.
Oh, love Treasure. Yeah. You guys were on stage together. Oh no. Yeah, you guys. We were like, you were like
fighting on stage. Like, I would definitely put Kaylani. Who else would be really, really cool? Normani probably, and I'm looking visually. I'm like, Girl Squad vibes. Yes. Who else? Chloe and Holly are bomb.
Oh yeah, they're amazing. That's a super talented squad right there.
Yeah, I feel like us walking down with fire behind us would be hot.
You're gonna make that happen.
We have to.
next MTV Awards or something, right? Because you
Yes.
did something similar for the MTV Awards with Taylor and that crew. Did you,
Yeah.
when you were part of that girl squad, did you get close to any of the others like Selena Gomez or Carly Cross? Or did you hang out with those guys much?
So I hung out with them a little bit
Mm.
whenever kind of like Taylor was hanging out with them, because I
Yeah,
would mainly hang out with Taylor. So
yeah,
I know I hung out a lot with Taylor and like Martha Hunt, who's a model, a top model, and
yeah.
I I know that Selena was around a little bit, but not a lot
Gotcha,
when
gotcha,
I
gotcha.
was there.
Do you still stay in touch with Taylor much?
I have not talked to her since a lot went down a couple years ago, and I think she took some time to herself.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah.
Okay, good stuff. Question number 6. You've been focused a lot on your music lately to the point where you've actually moved your studio, your recording studio into your home, haven't you? And you've
Yeah.
been working on new music during quarantine. You have a new single out called I Miss You. So
Yes.
what's the inspiration behind that? This is, you know, a love where you're confused at the same time. Like you miss the
Right.
person, you're confused as well. I think a lot of people can relate to that. But tell us about the inspiration and about the song.
The inspiration behind the song is just, well, number one was being vulnerable, because I know that um, Savage is like, it's like the trend of what's going on.
Yeah.
And I think that us as women, we all have a savage side,
Yeah.
but but I wanted to also reflect the other part of what I was really feeling, and that is long distance relationships. You know, before quarantine happened, this song was written. So definitely long distance relationships, and those things happen. And when it's been about 2 or 3 weeks, it's like, okay, you know, it's getting to that point. So that's kind of the motivation behind the song. And then when I dropped the song, we were in quarantine, so I felt like it was the perfect time because there were so many people missing each other.
Very true. Very true. It
Yeah.
was the perfect time, and I love the song. What do you miss most about the outside world outside of quarantine, or who do you miss most? Both, actually. Who and what?
Yeah, I'm actually trying to go visit my dad right now, and
Oh,
my dad's side of the family. He lives in Seattle, so I'll
okay.
be visiting them soon. But I think the most thing that I miss is just kind of, I guess, just like social event. Like, there's no like
Yeah.
Coachella, there's no like, you know, like concerts, or um I don't know if movie theaters are open, just like social things. I know that it's starting to trickle back open, like restaurants and malls and things like that.
Yeah.
But social interaction has definitely changed.
Yeah. It certainly has. It certainly has. It's crazy how quickly the what isn't normal becomes very normal, isn't it?
Yeah, like masks.
Yeah, exactly. You don't even think twice when you see
Nope.
everyone wearing masks outside
So
and wearing
weird.
one yourself.
Yeah.
Talk to me about the album, because you have a new album that you're about to release called Ray, and this is really up close and personal, isn't it?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
I This is like the first project I've ever released. I've only released singles, so it's a pretty big deal, and I've made sure that, you know, each song tells a story, and everything is kind of coming from the heart, and that I could really express certain times of my life that I was feeling along the way. And so I just wanted this specific project, especially because it's the first. And Empire just ended. I'm kind of starting this new like chapter and journey. I wanted my fans to be able to um, learn something about me maybe they never knew, or connect to my music in a different way than Tiana's, you know, music. So that's
Yeah.
kind of the main vibe of it. And we have a couple turn up records on there, as well as a few kind of like breakup songs too. So yeah.
What would you say is the main difference between Tiana's music and Serayah's music?
I'm definitely taking a more R&B approach. I love R&B, and that's just like the vibe I'm in right now.
Yeah.
And I'm taking the approach of like classic R&B structure in the song. So we're gonna have like a lot of build-ups and real instruments and played real bass, and we've got some real keys on there too. So we're trying to implement those type of sounds to give that feel. Also, I would just say content. You know, Tiana's content was based around, you know, what was going on with Hakeem or what's going on with the label and things
Yeah.
like that. Whereas mine is going to be going on with like my relationships outside of, you know, the TV show. So basically just more personal.
I love the fact that it's so authentic and that it is so personal, because a lot of the time what you see with artists who are putting out their first album is it's not really them. So I love the fact that this really speaks to you and who you are authentically. That's awesome.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm super excited for that reason specifically.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So let's move on to question number 6, actually number 7. What would you say has been your toughest challenge as an actress in Hollywood, and how does that compare to your toughest challenge as a singer in the music industry? And then we'll talk about how you've overcome those challenges.
Okay. Oh, you know what? I think kind of with acting, I think it was just a new world for me in general. I grew up doing mostly dance and music, and so acting was something I've always wanted to do, but didn't have my hand in it yet.
Yeah.
So when I got there and I was around, early on in Empire, there was so many A-list actors, and I just learned a lot. I learned a lot from just staying after work, watching Taraji and Terrence do their scenes, and just kind of being a sponge in those environments. And then I think the struggle for acting a lot for me was just letting my guard down, which I thought was like super crazy, but it's not. It's super normal. And that's something I had to work on, and it got a lot better. Like acting is like a serious connection of emotion. You have to be emotionally available. So it's way different than just, pretending. Right. So you're
Because a lot of
connecting in a
people
real
think,
way.
unless you actually try it, you don't realize, do you, what goes into acting.
Absolutely.
And
It's
this was your first time, and it's pretty amazing actually, because you auditioned for Lee. He loved you. You auditioned for Fox. They loved you, and you got the part with no prior experience. You were just right.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes. Thank God.
Yeah.
And I think with singing, most of the challenge and struggle is being an independent artist and figuring out the ropes, just you and your team, and paying for things. It's so expensive. So
I bet.
I've learned a lot, and the music industry has changed since I was growing up. So, even for the people who are in it, and have been for many of years, streaming and things like that just changed the whole perspective of music. So it's a different way that you have to move and maneuver in the music industry.
Do you want to sign to a major label?
I think that is one day the goal. Absolutely. I love having the freedom of an independent artist. I love being able to just call my own shots and do things as I see them. So my goal is to definitely have a joint partnership with a label, so that I can still have some creative control.
Gotcha. And in terms of what we were talking about with regards to your acting, you were 19, weren't you, when you first started on it? You were really young.
Yes.
And how old are you now? Like 24, 25?
I'm 24.
24.
My birthday's tomorrow, so
Oh, your birthday's tomorrow.
Yes.
Oh, okay, the big 25. That's a big one as well. What are you doing?
I know.
What are you gonna do?
I'm actually gonna go on another boat.
Oh, you are?
Yeah.
Oh, awesome.
I love water, and it's just right now, especially, I feel like I haven't been outside of like a house.
Yeah.
So I'm really excited that I get to do this boat with my friends and my family.
Awesome. Okay. Yeah. I love that. I think that's a good choice. All right, now we are on question number 8. All right, we just talked about Empire being your first acting gig, but you have a dream of being in an action movie, don't you? So if you could star in the remake of any action movie that's ever been made, what would it be? Who would you be? How would it all go down?
Woo, this is good.
Mm.
I definitely would be like Jessica Alba in Fantastic Four,
Oh yeah.
or I would be like Halle Berry in Catwoman,
Mm-hmm. Love that movie.
or I would be like Tomb Raider and like Kick Ass.
Okay, okay. Like Angelina Jolie, right? Is that Angelina?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Or I would go for like um, a drama movie that had some action in it.
Okay.
Kind of like Enough with Jennifer Lopez.
Okay. Okay.
Something like kind of deep and like a thriller kind of would be
Gotcha.
dope. But yeah, some character where I can just like learn my own stunts.
So you're just raring to get out there and kick some ass,
Yeah.
basically.
Yeah.
And would you
Basically.
do all your own stunts? You'd learn to do all your own stunts?
I would love to learn to do my own stunts.
Okay. Would there be sort of a cutoff point there, or you'd want to do it all the way?
I think so. It depends if like I'm having to, I know that they'll protect you on this, but like
Yeah.
going from building to building or
Yeah,
something
that's
like
what I
that.
was thinking too. I'm imagining Tom Cruise, like,
Yeah, like
jumping.
definitely double me up. But
Yeah.
but as far as like the fighting scenes and like sliding and jump, like I would love to do that.
So you're really adventurous.
Yes.
And you name some of the actresses out there who you love. Who have been your sort of biggest? Who's been your biggest source of inspiration, or who are some of the actresses, maybe even actors as well,
Yeah.
who have inspired you?
Definitely people like Meryl Streep is amazing.
Yeah,
I love Julia Roberts.
yeah.
Um I love Octavia Spencer.
Mm-hmm.
I also love Kerry Washington.
Yeah.
Um who are some a lot of males have inspired me as well. Uh Jason Bateman is one of my favorite because he's very versatile and he can do comedy.
Yeah.
And he's been doing a lot of drama, actually. I'm watching this show. It's called The Outsider. And he's in this show and it's straight drama, like no comedy. And he's doing like he's amazing. He's amazing.
Yeah.
I really, really love Jennifer Aniston. Oh God. So Halle Berry. So many. There's so many effortless. I just love the effortlessness of those actors specifically.
Yeah. You mentioned Jason Bateman doing comedy and drama. Is that something you would like to do as well? Have that sort of range where you're doing the funny stuff over here, the highly dramatic stuff over there?
Absolutely. I
Yeah.
would love to do like kind of like a drama comedy, a romantic comedy. I would
Yeah.
love to. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Mhm.
I see it happening. I see it happening soon.
Yes.
So in terms of musical inspiration, I know you've mentioned Destiny's Child and Beyonce. Destiny's Child, that was actually sort of an eye-opening moment for you, right? You were a kid,
Yeah.
you went to see them perform, and you were like, oh,
I was
music.
like,
Yeah.
what am I watching? Yeah.
Yeah.
That was me.
Yeah. Yeah. And Beyonce is just such a mind-blowing performer, isn't she? They're all
Absolutely.
incredible, but Beyonce, when she is on that stage, is just
Something
something
else.
else.
Yeah,
It
I
really is.
know.
Yeah. Anyone else sort of music wise who you or somebody you'd love to team up with music wise?
Oh my gosh, yeah. I would love to work with Dream Team. Let's see. I would love to work with Missy Elliott.
Okay.
Producers and writers, I would love to work with Missy Elliott. I would
Yeah.
love to work with Neo.
Yeah.
I would love to work with The Dream.
Okay. Okay.
Oof. There's so many.
There's some
Okay.
good ones.
Other artists I would love to work with are Drake. I would
Yeah.
love to work with I would love to have like some collaborations with Little Baby or the Baby. I love them.
Yeah. Which baby would you go for? Which baby's the top baby? Little
That's
baby
hard
or
because
the baby? I get them mixed up.
I know, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe the baby. I don't know. I
Yeah.
love his energy. I just love
Yeah.
his energy.
Yeah.
J. Cole is one of my dream collabs.
Okay.
Absolutely.
He's amazing.
Yes. Who else? Oh my God. I love Dua Lipa for like a pop vibe.
Yeah.
I could go all day.
Oh, you guys would like vibe so well.
Right? I love her.
So
She's
well.
so bomb.
I
Yes.
see that. I see that happening in your future. Okay, we're on to question number 9. So there was an episode of Empire that I was on where I interviewed Jamal Lyon. Right?
Yes.
I don't know if you saw that or remember that. I was like, wow, this guy is super talented. Like, he really blew my mind just as an actor and as a singer. So it's sort of, unfortunate the way things went. But if Jussie came to you and said, hey, Serayah, I'm putting out a new music video. I saw you in the Chris Brown music video, Undecided. I'm putting out a new music video. I'll pay you $1 million to star in it. Would you do it?
$1 million.
$1 million to star in the new Jussie Smollett music video. Would you do it?
Holy crap. I would, for me, I would love to hear like what's the treatment of the video, and even I asked Chris too, like, hey, what's the treatment and what's your idea for me being in it? Obviously I would hate to commit to something and then I show up like, don't really want to do this.
Yeah.
Okay. So I would definitely ask, like for the treatment, and if he was able to share the song with me, I would definitely do that.
Okay. Do you think that Jussie deserves a second chance? Has the world been too hard on him, or does he need this kind of time out, do you think, to kind of think about what he did, basically?
Honestly, I feel like it's not my place to give anyone a timeout or to cancel them, the cancel culture.
Yeah.
So I believe that if he grew from the situation and he's in a different place, your only right is to keep going. And so if that's something that obviously he is doing, I feel like that he should have a second chance if that's something that people are holding against him.
Yeah. You mentioned cancel culture. I mean, people are being canceled left, right, and center, aren't they? What do you make of this? And particularly being someone who's sort of grown up in the era of social media, where everyone has a voice.
Yeah.
And what do you make of cancel culture?
Okay, here's the thing. Is I understand why they do this, and certain people do negative things and they may put them on blast for it, right? But the idea of it I don't like, because I feel like it can be used at any means necessary, and that could just be a simple disagreement, and then you're canceled because you disagree with, I guess, a mass of people. Which I feel like you're allowed to disagree and not go with, popular opinion about everything. So that's one thing that I don't like about cancel culture. And also, I don't like that it could possibly influence your actual life and your well-being, right? So cancel culture could get so big to where if I had a deal on the table, that producer or that product line or anything could start to second guess, hey, I'm not sure about this anymore because of what's going on social media.
Yeah, absolutely. We're seeing companies pull out from working with various celebrities.
Absolutely. And of course, like when there's like racist remarks and stuff like that, I mean, I feel like thank God we know it came to the surface. Right? But when it's just like a simple disagreement on, the way that one runs their life or something like that, I don't like that.
Yeah. Because I think we're getting to a point where it's sort of like social media has given everyone a voice, but now people are going to be scared to voice their opinions.
Right.
And to go against the masses.
Absolutely.
Because they don't want to be canceled, and that could be their livelihood.
Yeah, and then that forces people to kind of not be open and honest and not be able to use their platform how they really would like to.
Yeah. So we need to sort of reel it in a little bit, don't we?
Yeah.
Gotta reel it back in just a little bit. Okay.
Right.
You made it to question number 10. So this is a good one, I think. What is the biggest misconception out there in the world about you, about Serayah? And sort of part 2 of that is, what do you want people to know about who you are and what you stand for? I feel like we've learned a lot about you today, and I love it. But tell us that, first of all, the misconception that you want to clear up, and secondly, what's that one thing you want us all to know?
I think a common misconception is where are you from? I say Southern California, and so that automatically kind of sums up people's opinion about me, as in something about LA, just, or about California in general, gives us these people a perspective of like a perfect life or something.
Okay.
So I grew up, we struggled a lot, and I moved around a lot. So I know what it's like, even though I didn't necessarily grow up in the hood. I definitely know what it's like to struggle and to not have, period. So I think that that's something I just talk to with my friends and stuff like that, because it'll come up. And I think because of the way I talk, or like where I say I'm from, they just think I kind of have always had it all together.
She's such an easy life.
Yeah, exactly. And I definitely have to, kind of just tell, like, even my friends about myself, like, oh no, girl, or oh no, I didn't grow up like this. Like, this is a product of like hard work, basically. But
what is just sort of off of that, what do you think is the biggest, I know I asked you the biggest challenge in Hollywood, but what is the biggest challenge you have been through in life? I mean, you have worked hard, and at such a young age as well. So growing up, what was the most difficult hurdle you had to get over?
Definitely just homelessness. Just not having the means to, well, not only me, because I was like in school and stuff growing up, but like my parents not always having the means to provide, I guess, maybe a certain lifestyle, or just like a stable lifestyle. But that's something that I grew up in, and that's something that made me have tough skin, and has made me humble and all of these things. So by the time I got to Hollywood, I just had a completely different perspective of where I was and where I came from. And I don't know if you're listen to Oprah, like Oprah's book club or anything like that.
I love Oprah.
Me too. She comes, we all know where she comes from, and she does these great seminars and offers recommendations, these amazing authors that like are self-help books and things like that. So I've had to literally work my mind from inside out, because when you're in these situations, sometimes you get into this paradigm, and in your mindset like can control, obviously your life. And so I think a big growth factor for me, especially growing up the way I did, is just changing those certain cycles and mindsets and things like that for future generations.
Wow, that's amazing. That's awesome. Excuse me. Very, very awesome. And so that's the thing you want everyone to know as well, because that was sort of 2 questions in one, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Good stuff. So such great stuff. I mean, you are super inspiring, and I appreciate your time today. When is the album coming out, and what else should we be looking out for from you? Where can we find you, etc.?
Absolutely. So the album is going to be coming out later this summer. So it was supposed to drop very like now or before, a couple weeks ago, but Black Lives Matter, I just felt like I wanted to wait. So I pulled it, and so I'm going to just wait it out a little bit longer, and release it kind of when I feel like my fans can receive it. I didn't want to release it in the midst of everything.
You didn't want to take any attention away from such an important movement.
Exactly. This is far more important.
Yeah.
And definitely want to work on a song, you know, supporting the movement as well. But follow me at all my social media handles are Serayah, Serayah. And yeah, that's pretty much it for now.
Awesome. Where do you see yourself once quarantine is over?
Definitely on a set of a movie. And figuring out some way somehow to perform my music for my fans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, awesome. Well, we're going to be looking out for it, that's for sure. I've heard 2 of your tracks so far from the album. Love them both. Can't wait to hear the whole thing. So
thank you so much.
Thank you so much. It was so fun hanging with you. And thank you guys for watching as well. We appreciate it. And yeah, stay in touch. Good luck with everything.
I want to see have a good day.
Thank you. And we're going to be seeing you on the big screen kicking smash soon.
Yes. Yes. Count on it.
Good stuff. All right. Bye, Serayah.
Okay, bye, love.
Bye, everyone. Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.